All right, let's just get right into it. We're going to talk about something that's, well, it's tough, but it's absolutely something we need to talk about. It's about our friendships, the very relationships that are supposed to be our support system. But sometimes, they're the ones weighing us down the most.
Just let that sink in for a second. We're not talking about some obvious enemy or a stranger on the street. We're talking about the people you choose, the people you trust. And, the most dangerous part? It happens so quietly, you don't even realize you're caught in the web until you're completely tangled up.
Because here's the thing nobody tells you. Toxic friendships almost never start out toxic. It's a slow burn, a gradual shift that happens right under your nose. And it all starts with this: illusion. When you think of a bad friend, you probably picture someone who's just openly mean, right? But that's not how the really damaging ones operate. They pull you in first. They're charming, they're funny, they make you feel like you finally found someone who just gets you. And that initial connection, that's what builds the trust that makes everything that comes later so incredibly confusing. And you can see that shift so clearly here. What started as fun and feeling seen slowly twists into something else. It becomes competitive. The trust that was once a foundation is now used, maybe unintentionally, to chip away at your confidence. Those conversations that used to fill you up now just leave you empty. And that's the real kicker. This isn't about some huge, dramatic betrayal. It's not one big fight. It's the 100 little things, the small comments, the subtle digs, the tiny moments that you just brush off because you tell yourself, it's not a big deal, but they add up.
So how do you actually spot this before it does any real damage? Let's break down the red flags. And you really want to pay attention here, because recognizing these signs is the first step to protecting your own peace.
The first sign is the most important one. It has everything to do with how you feel after you hang out with them. And notice that word, drained. I don't just mean tired. You could have a great long night with amazing friends and be physically tired, but you still feel emotionally energized, right? This is different. This is feeling heavy. Like your social battery wasn't just used, it was stolen. Okay, number 2. This one is really subtle, and it's all about how they react when you have good news. Think about it. You share something you're excited about, a promotion, a new relationship, and they can't just be happy for you. They immediately have to bring up something about their own life, either to top your story or to pivot the conversation back to them. Your achievements don't feel like shared celebrations. They feel like points on a scoreboard. And then we have the third sign. This one is so tricky because it's usually disguised as a joke. You know what I'm talking about? It's that little jab about your outfit or that playful insult about something you're passionate about. It's disrespect wrapped in a layer of, I'm just kidding. And it's designed, whether they know it or not, to make you question yourself. Am I being too sensitive? Does that sound familiar? I bet it does. This is the classic get out of jail free card. It's the phrase that immediately shuts you down and flips the blame back onto you. But let's be crystal clear, it's not a joke if it hurts. It's a weapon. And this brings us to the fourth and final sign. And honestly, this one might be the most heartbreaking because it's not about what they do. It's about what you start doing to yourself. You become a smaller version of yourself around them. You stop sharing your successes to avoid making them feel bad. You quiet down your opinions to avoid an argument. You start editing yourself, all in the name of keeping the peace. But that isn't peace. It's you erasing yourself piece by piece. I really want you to hear this. If any of what I just said made your stomach clench, if a specific person popped into your head, you don't need any more evidence. Your gut is screaming at you. You already know. So that leads us to the biggest question of all. If you know it's bad, if you feel it in your bones, why is it so incredibly hard to just walk away? Well, it all comes down to something called the comfort trap. It seems like such a simple question, but the answer is anything but. It's not usually a lack of courage. It's that the known pain of staying often feels safer than the unknown fear of leaving. These are the invisible chains, right? The fear of being lonely, the weight of all that shared history. I mean, you've known them for so long. And maybe your whole identity, your whole social circle is built around this person. You're not staying because it feels good. You're staying because it feels familiar. But that familiarity is a cage. So let's talk about how to actually get out. Here's the secret. You don't fix a toxic friendship. You have to outgrow it. It's about taking back your power and protecting your energy. And it's really a 3-step process. First, awareness. Just stop making excuses for them. In your own mind, call the behavior what it is. Second, set one small boundary, just one, and pay very close attention to how they react. Third, you create distance. This isn't about some big dramatic exit. It's about intentionally giving them less of your time, less of your energy, less access to you. And this right here is why boundaries are like a magic test. A boundary isn't a wall, it's a filter. You tell a healthy person, hey, I need a little space, and they say, okay, I get it, they respect it. You set that same boundary with a toxic person, they push back, they challenge it, they make it about them. Their reaction is all the information you need. And what happens when you create that distance? Yeah, at first it's uncomfortable, but then something amazing happens. You start to feel lighter, your head feels clearer, you start to sound like yourself again. Creating that space doesn't just take away a negative influence, it gives you room to bring your own self back to life.
So I'm going to leave you with this one final question. I want you to take a real, honest look at the people you spend your time with and ask yourself this: do these people bring out the absolute best in me, or are they slowly and quietly pulling me down? Your answer to that question changes everything, because the people you let into your life aren't just your friends, they are the architects of your future self.